Okay, I'm back. So, yeah, so he was saying that, and I'm like, from my first video, and if you know that somebody has an issue with being anxious and gaslit, you don't go yelling at the person and accusing them. And especially if you know that they've suffered from, depression or anything like that. Now, I'm a lot better, but I do suffer with that. And it took me a while to realize how much, you know, being in a relationship with men that gaslighted me, not having a open relationship with the people in my family and how it affected me. So the way I see it is, if he knows that, why are you trying to suck up my energy and not even give me all the help that you know I need? And then you want to say, oh, because you're not a sucker and you're not this. I don't, I can't comprehend. I don't want nothing to do with that type of man anymore. Um, when I said that I had high value men that supported me, now let me be clear. These are men that I've never slept with. They're my brothers and they're my friends. And with that being said, that's just showing, the women or whoever that leading with your sexuality does not really benefit. Nobody that I gave free love to help invest in any type of humanitarian charitable project or nothing that I had going on. They barely wanted to do anything because they were being sneaky, getting away with something. Now, about 15 years ago, I was in Atlanta and I was getting recruited for the second time in the military. And I remember there was the woman, it was a female recruiter. She was like, Sephra, stay away from the men. And I didn't know why she said that, but now years later, I know why she said that, because back then I was so flirtatious and, I didn't sleep around, but I thought it was okay to congregate with men in that type of way. Um, so, anyway, fast forward, I said the same thing in Atlanta. I was telling the village girls, stay away from I was like, stay away from the men. But what I meant was, keep your traditions. But they got to understand that these shine head American men, they may look like the ones, but they don't think like you at all. Um, the dating dynamic is very predatory, um, based on manipulation and coercion, not very honest. It's really not good. So I just recommend them to do that, because they'll turn you into a pick me before you even know it. At the end, I was so sad. Like, I only thing I wanted was uh, my ex boyfriend to acknowledge me. I want to hang out with him or just do something, but he was not um, wanting to do that. And if you also, if you're unequally yoked, I really didn't think that that was that important until more recently. All of these spiritual and religious divisiveness has came to the forefront of social media. Now, when I was a girl, I have a very diverse family. I thought everybody had a grandmother or a great aunt that was a high priest, or my grandmommy, she practiced Catholicism. My dad is a Rasta. My family in Illinois is a Southern Baptist, and we moved around a lot. So I I cannot just forget about my traditional African spirituality culture. And I thought that uh, organized religions just didn't like astrology, but what they really have an issue with is the divination portion and some other things. But I'm really tired of talking about that, and like I said in my first video, I want to get out of the social justice box and I want to do the comedian thing. But I also am, when I go to Africa, I want to work with two successful women and collaborate with them. And one of the males that's on ground that has some information about investing in, the ports. And I'm really excited about that. I'm excited about the car show coming up. I'm excited about everything. Okay, that's my ADHD. Let me get back to the let me get back to the topic, Um but in relationships to me is not just romantic. It's about, people helping you evolve and get to the next level and partner up, And I can say they're not just about romantic because for the past years I have done that, um, just with no big direction or goals on a relationship. And now I know why. And my thing is, why is it always the woman's fault? If the man is manipulating and convincing and coercing a woman for whatever, isn't he the bad guy too? So I don't really think it's cool when I hear men talking about how terrible the women is because they slept with them. Then they terrible because they didn't sleep with them. And then they, you just don't know what these people are gonna do, and they expect for the woman to be all the most powerful. And I'm like, why can't the man lift the woman up? Why can't, and I'm not talking about financially, but why can't, if he knows that she has an issue and that she's healing, why can't he take the attitude to change some things around, um, especially for, you know, not to waste as much time? But from hearing men talk, watching social media, and just listening, and these is not all men, I'm really talking about American men for the most part, and I hate to say it, but it's black American men that's doing this, especially high value. They just embarrassing themselves. Um, just talk about how disposable women are, and if they like you, like it's about them first and their timing. So we don't need to give men a break like that because they don't give us a break. That's why I have no issue with a man wanting to be in my presence and him working. There's no lovey dovey stuff anymore. I mean, it is, but it depends on how much he worked and how much he proved to me. And ladies, all you have to do is move. Don't let these men tell you you too old, you single, you whatever. I don't care what you look like, and like some more said, if your vagina don't stink, you can get a man. Just be flexible and open your mind up to not just American men, and just make them work for first, and they don't mind doing it. If a man is nickel and diming you, don't trust him, because trust me, there's a woman that he's following, that he's convincing to do something, that he's helping, that he's doing something. And I know because men help me that I haven't even opened my legs to. So having self worth and knowing how to respect myself and balancing and not trying to push myself up on people anymore and accepting um, change is what's helping me right now. But I'm not going to pretend like I'm somebody that I'm not. You know, if you like me, you're on my team. If you're not, you're not, you know. Then I don't want to forget the people who's helped me. I remember everything. I remember everything, but a lot of times my emotions and my nerves do get me down, and that's something that I'm working on. That's why I love living in the fields and in the mountains because I could be free to fulfill my creative nature without being bothered with all the drama and just be among nature. At one point, it was very important. It was the most important thing to me to get married to a man, and all I wanted to do was be a housewife, cook, clean, have sex, and just chill. That's all I wanted to do. But it just didn't work out like that because, I wasn't doing things in the right way, and the man was not doing things in the right way either. So, um, now I don't really care less about marriage and courtship. I only will agree to that. I've been playing around and being social and talking or whatever, and it just took me to be around some respectable men to, get me back, feeling nice. However, I'm not interested, and I don't think marriage is more important than my purpose and my mission anymore. That might be a plus, but it's not like that's the end all be all. And eventually it'll happen, but it's okay. And then the age that people are getting married, they're moving around. There's some amazing things happening. It's not all doom and gloom. Watch positive international news. Watch some of the wins. Don't just watch some of the social justice violations that we're having. I want more peace in the community, and I want us to work together more. How are we going to do that? Little bit by little. And there are people who are working together, and I'm grateful for that. And things aren't perfect. We just have to, let it roll on. But back to this relationship thing, because of all this lockdown and all this stuff, it just ain't safe to continue the way that we are. And if men think that women are disposable like that and they don't want to help us and they're manipulating us into getting in these weird relationships, making us pick Mishas, telling you to be secret and hiding all of their mental insecurities from you and then abandoning you and being with another woman, that's for the birds. Leave those men alone. I would not even talk to a man too much unless he was able to pass some of the qualifications. And he'll do it, but it's some predators out this motherfucker. And then regular men, I know I got good brothers and a daddy and everything, but because of, us moving away in our strained relationship, that made me have a strained relationship with men. So I fell into the okey doke, the same that a girl would fall into that didn't have any father. So is it all my fault? Or is it any of the men's fault? Or he just get to do what he want because he just whatever? No, he's to blame too. He's to blame too. And I would not entertain him without some type of benefit. And we can control our sex drive a little bit more than men once we learn how to do it. And that benefits us. The worst thing I've ever done was fall in love or think I was in love with somebody because I've gotten domestic abuse, narcissistic abuse, and then bullshitted. And I'm recovering well, but it took a lot. And it wasn't just the relationship things I had to recover from, it was racism and everything else too. So I don't have a business giving my energy up to anybody that's not going to help me. And it makes me lose my superpowers. I'm like, unless you're going to replenish me and fill my cup, I'm not about to give you my superpowers. And back what I said about the old man at the club, I didn't want nobody seeing me give him my phone number. And honestly, because I have enough help, I wasn't engaging in that. I just was having a good time. So, but anyway, y'all enjoy y'all day, and hopefully we'll catch up later.